everybody, this is Ruinsway, and I'm back with another X and Y Wi-Fi battle. I mean, not X and Y, I keep saying X and Y, because I only did really one RUBSS battle before my camera completely broke and was absolutely no use. You're probably wondering, how am I filming this? Thanks to the gracious generosity of my friend Connor here. He allowed me to film at his place, and he allowed me to really, use his equipment to film my videos. So today I'm going to be doing something a little different. Yes, it's your usual battle spot videos, but today I'm clumping a bunch of different battle spot videos that I had into one video. I'm going to call it the Ruinsway's Ultimate Battle Spot Special, or RUBSS for short. Well, today we have a really funny one. This one has a lot of hacks to it. I honestly like it a lot. I saved it, so here we go. Alright, I'm going to be facing off against Haru. No, not the one from 50% off. And he's going to start with his Latios, and I'm going to start with my Ninetales. Sorry, his shiny Latios. I'm going to bring out my Ninetales. I am scarfed, so I will go first. And I decided to start this battle off with the Dark Pulse. Seeing it's going to do a decent amount of damage, but what's really funny is that I'm going to get the flinch on this Dark Pulse. Now, I know that is not uncommon, but check this out. I'm going to get the flinch again on the Dark Pulse, which is going to lead me to being able to kill his Latios with my Ninetales. Easy. Sorry, Latios ain't no issue. Get out of here. He's going to bring out his Gardevoir, and I want to see what I could do against this Gardevoir with my Ninetales, and I know I could take one of her hits, because Ninetales is pretty good on the special defense side. So, I'm gonna go for a Dark Pulse since I'm locked into Dark Pulse, and it'll do neutral damage, so that's good. I'm locked into Dark Pulse, so since that wasn't really that good, I decide I'll let my Ninetales take this Focus Blast since she can live it, and then I'll bring back my Ninetales and go into Florges, my shiny Florges, I should say. Started training that thing in X and Y. She's gonna Psyshock me, and that's gonna do more damage than I wanted it to, because Florges is not the most physically defensive Pokemon out there. And I'm gonna restore some leftovers. I'm gonna protect because Battle Spot is on a time limit, and I gotta think of a strategy. I decided it would be best to eventually just let this Florges die. I'm sorry, Florges, it must be done. I decided he's gonna die, so I'm gonna let this Gardevoir kill it with a Psyshock, so that's good. After that, I'm gonna bring in my Vaporeon, who can take both physical and special hits pretty darn well, if I do say so myself. She's gonna go for the Focus Blast, and that's not gonna do much to my Vaporeon. After that, I'm gonna go for the Shadow Ball, and it's going to knock her down to the red. If I would have gotten a crit, it would have knocked her out. That is going to knock me out. The Psyshock is going to knock me out. Because Vaporeon, I think, does have more special attack than physical attack. I'm going to bring out my Ninetales and go for the Stab Flamethrower since it is neutral damage. And I have noticing that he's been hiding his last Pokemon from me, considering I led with Ninetales and I'm Scarfed. What could that Pokemon be? Huh. It may be an Uber's Skyform Shaman that is going to die to one Sun-boosted Flamethrower? Perhaps? Maybe? Yes. This Shaman does die to the Sun-boosted Flamethrower. And that will be the end of that battle. Again, I told you I had more battles to show you. I really like this one that I did with my Musharna, Tangela, and Zoroark. Now, this one is really funny, because I love it when you get a Pokemon, and a really obscure Pokemon that turns out to be good, and your opponent doesn't know what the heck to do with it. This is an instance with my Musharna here. It is specially bulky as heck, so no special moves will really get to it. So I know Gastrodon can be either physical or special. I was hoping for the special side. And so I go for the Toxic, to get some damage down on Gastrodon. The Toxic is going to do some damage, and then I'm going to start setting up my Calm Mind so that I can, kill whatever comes out. He's still trying to kill me with special moves. It's not gonna work, buddy. I'm leftovers. I have coal mines up. You ain't gonna get anywhere with your special moves. You're not gonna get anywhere with that. So he's taking some more toxic damage. I'm building up my stats. His Scald is not going to do much. I think he was hoping for the burn, which he doesn't get. I'm still in the green after 3 of his hits. 3. And those aren't really weak moves either, like Water Gun. They're Ice Beams. They're like 90 damage each, with the exception of Scald, which is 80. This is a power... I love Musharna. Musharna is amazing. He's going to take some more toxic damage while I build up more Calm Mines. I think now would be the perfect time to go to the Psychic. But he switches out. I found this really dumb. He switches out to his Conkeldurr against my Psychic-type Pokemon. Into a Psychic. And his Conkeldurr dies. Man, that's what you get. That's what you get for playing that kind of move. Only I could be ballsy. So I'm a +2 boosted Musharna. And now I feel it's time to pass on the love. Pass it on to some of my other Pokemon. He goes into an Air Slash. I go for the Psychic just to see how much it does. Now I want to pass on the love after this. It does a pretty good amount of damage, though. I want to pass on the love to my Zoroark, who's going to gain the stat boost when I Baton Pass it in. But this Togekiss, this little jerk of a Togekiss, decides to go for an Air Slash and flinch me. Freaking hate Togekiss, man. They always get the Air Slash with the Serene Grace and everything, and the guy just quits. The guy literally just surrenders, and he doesn't even see anything else but my Musharna. Hello, everybody. This is Ruinsway, and sorry I had to cut off the last video so short. This is to add more to the RUBSS, the Ruinsway Ultimate Battle Spot Special. So, welcome back. And today I'm going to be using the same team I did as last time, with Musharna, Zoroark, and Tangela, against my friend Connor, who's actually with me in the recording, but he's not going to say anything, unless he wants to.
Hello, guys.
He's using Jellicent, Diggersby, and Sigilith. This Jellicent is actually really good, but it's not going to be the focus of the battle. I'll tell you what is going to be the focus of the battle. Musharna! I don't know, ever since I started using Musharna, I've been just getting into it. I really love the way it works. I have a Grumpig with a similar set that is more offensive. He's going to bring out his Sigilith while I bring out my Musharna, whose actual name is revealed in this special. Her name is Anna, versus the Oracle. Now, if you notice, this isn't a Battle Spot battle. This is just a regular 3-on-3 that I had. But 3-on-3s will count for Battle Spot, so I really doesn't matter. The only difference is between a regular 3-on-3 is that there's names. So Anna goes for the Toxic, gets the Oracle poisoned. And Oracle goes for Psychic. I don't know why you were going for Psychic. Which doesn't really do a whole lot, although more than I expected for a Psychic. I go for another Calm Mind. Just setting up here. Because I know this guy can't do much with his special attack. And he's going to set up some more Calm Minds. He's going to go for some more Calm Minds. Or she, it's Oracle, it's a female. So she's going to go for some Calm Minds, and we're going to see who is the most zen in this battle. Anna's just going to calm down, and so is the Sigilith. We're going to solve our problems without violence, for once. We're just going to sit here and just calm down. This is going to be, most of the battle is just us setting up. And he knows my Anna has Baton Pass, so he knows that something is eventually coming. Because the only offensive move that this Musharna actually has is Psychic. And, you know, that's not always bad. It's just that this is a more support Musharna. I may build a offense Musharna later on, but this one does me so well. Like, the only time I'm ever back to a corner with her is when I'm in, when I'm versing a Steel type or another Psychic type. But even then, I don't know, we just decided to spend this time setting up, and I'm waiting until the toxic damage is right and ready. He accidentally goes for another Calm Mind instead of going for a Psychic, and I just go for my Baton Pass because I feel I'm ready. Zoroark's ready to, you know, face this. I mean, I know I brought out my Tangela to save his headphones. I know it looks like a Tangela, but it's actually Zoroark's illusion ability. I'm telling you that because it never cracks. So I'm able to knock him out because I'm faster, because I'm a Zoroark, of course. And then he brings out his scrubby little Diggersby. And if you know me, I love Diggersby. But this one was the death of me in the battle that we had previously that day, where it was come down to my Zoroark, and he quick attacked me for the win. And I was like, no. No. Then he brings out his Valentino, which is, again, gonna die to a super effective stab Dark Pulse. So, there was not a whole lot that he could do there. And, let me try to find another one. Oh, this one's a good one. I know it's not Battle Spot because it is 4-on-4, but this is a battle I had while I was in Anaheim, California. I went up there for a Disneyland getaway. While I was there, I stopped in a little shop, and turns out one of the guys there played Pokemon. This is Ciergo. I'm using my Sylveon. I think it's either, I don't know if I'm using Valentine or if I'm using my Sylvation set. But I'm using my Sylveon, my Stunfisk, my Lucario, and my Houndoom, whose name is Roxy. Here I go. This was a really fun battle. He begins with his Tyranitar. I believe I begin with my Sylvation. Yeah, it was Sylvation. It wasn't my Valentine set. I don't think Valentine was out yet. No, it was Sylvation. It was my Sylveon. He goes for the Stone Edge, which is a physical move, so it is gonna basically kill. Well, I would mean basically. It is gonna kill. And I'm gonna bring out my Knuckles, who is a Lucario. I was predicting him to predict me to go for the Earthquake, but that didn't happen. He brings out his Stampy, his Terrakion, his shiny Terrakion. Well, I go for the Close Combat, and that's going to knock out the Terrakion, Terrakion is always a thorn on my side. I do not like fighting Terrakion. That's one of the things I can handle Landorus, but I can't. Terrakion is always a threat. He's going to bring out his Crobat, and since I'm locked into Close Combat, I'm going to switch out into my Stunfisk, which is going to be doing a lot in this battle. In fact, I really love how Stunfisk works in this battle. He's going to go for the Confuse Ray, which doesn't really bother Stunfisk, because Stunfisk don't love these hoes, if you know what I mean. Well, Vlad is going to take some Sandstorm damage from being fisked with. He's going to go for the Brave Bird, which, again, isn't going to do a lot because I'm ground and electric, so that's not going to be doing too much. I don't know. I think I maxed this thing's special defense. I haven't checked the EVs in a long time. I hit myself, which gets me so angry. And then he gets buffeted by the Sandstorm. I know another Brave Bird's not going to kill, and I am leftovers, so I can heal off any damage in a matter of time. So, I feel I'm good. He goes for the Cross Poison, which, since I'm ground, isn't really going to do a whole lot. In fact, it doesn't really do a whole lot anyways. And I go for the Thunder Wave, which is going to paralyze him, slow him down, because I don't want this Speed Demon just running around, destroying my team and everything. I want him gone. I want the threat neutralized. I want all of this. I want my Stunfisk to just happily peruse and dance over his team. Now my Stunfisk snaps out of confusion because he don't love nobody. And I completely obliterate the, I know I could have probably obliterated it without having to destroy it, without having to Thunder Wave it, but, you know, just for safety precautions, I do want this thing around. He brings out his Jolteon, and Jolteon does have Volt Absorb. For some reason, he goes for the Attract, which is funny. Attract is the most random move in the game. I was in a battle where Attract freaking prevented my Primate from attacking 5 times. 5 times in a row. And in this battle, Attract doesn't even bother me. Attract doesn't even bother my Stunfisk. Attract doesn't even bother this thing. He's just able to go for the Sludge Bomb and completely unharmed. I even get the poison. I mean, he may have been attracted to this sexy Jolteon here, but he must have poisoned her. I don't know. He must have tried to resist it, because he knows he doesn't have the looks. But Stunfisk is awesome anyways. I love Stunfisk. Even if he does look like a pancake. I go for the Protect to get poison damage and, to get poison damage and leftovers on him, so I can get back into the green with no problem. And since I've currently totaled 2 of his Pokemon, I think another another Sludge Bomb will kill. So yeah, another Sludge Bomb is gonna kill. I decided to last it out just to see how much damage I can get, just to see what I could do to his Tyranitar. I think I eventually poison him, but I know my Lucario is eventually going to come in and kill the Tyranitar. But I'm just for now I'm just trying to see what my Stunfisk can do to this Tyranitar. I expected him to go for the Earthquake, but he goes for Stone Edge, which misses. So I go for the Sludge Bomb, trying to get poison damage on him. Sludge Bomb doesn't do too much, but it does get the poison. I got really lucky with Stunfisk in this battle. I plan on using Stunfisk in more battles. It's really suiting me. So he does go for the Stone Edge again, but I go for the Protect because Protect is going to be really helpful in this match. Well, it's not. I'm not really trying to keep alive. I'm just trying to stall to see. I'm just trying to stall to get his to get the poison damage, to have the poison damage stack on him, so that he takes more and more damage. I know it's not toxic, but I just want him to take some damage due to my poison before I go. And I'm gonna Sludge Bomb some more. The Stunfisk actually lasts a lot longer than it should in this battle, which is amazing, because I didn't expect. I mean, I expected Stunfisk to at least kill like 1 or 2 of his Pokemon, but I didn't expect it to last this long against the Tyranitar. I assumed the Tyranitar had Earthquake. I don't know what set he's running for his Tyranitar, but I'm assuming that it doesn't actually have Earthquake. Or, because Earthquake would have probably been the best move to go for, because the last 2 Pokemon are a Houndoom and a Lucario, which can will completely die to Earthquake. In fact, if you were to go for Earthquake, I think if I weren't Scarfed, I probably would have. I don't know. I probably might have lost this battle if he might have chose to go for an Earthquake. Actually, no, I wouldn't, because I am faster even if I'm not Scarfed, because Tyranitar is a slow-moving Pokemon. But still, Earthquake probably would have been a great move for this situation. I didn't want to switch out. I just wanted to let my guy die so I could get, he's taking toxic damage. I don't care if it's a slow victory, but you do what you must do. Do what you must do to